Let's initiate a precise tactical vector shift away from sterile hospital corridors and plunge straight back into the hyper-volatile blue water world of international espionage, black ops, maritime tradecraft, and pulse-pounding covert operations. We are stepping back onto the blood-stained decks of the Caribbean defense grid with the Poison Chase, an exceptional, high-velocity military and espionage thriller that serves as the explosive 13th standalone calculation in Cap Daniels' legendary multi-million download Chase Fulton novels. Let's lay out the strategic narrative grid. If you are a fan of stories where a ruthless, hyper-focused Black Ops commander must navigate an absolute maze of global political betrayals while tracking a devastating asymmetric threat that could compromise the entire Western Hemisphere, where a brilliant team of lethal operators uses elite maritime tradecraft to lock down a fleeing target, and where the author utilizes an incandescent counter-terrorism at sea diagnostic routine to protect millions of innocent lives, this book is engineered to lock you in. Daniels completely dominates the unput-downable high seas espionage dynamic, capturing the heart-racing procedural momentum, tactical brotherhood, and unyielding psychological depth popularized by general legends like Vince Flynn, Brad Thor, and Tom Clancy, while treating modern weapons logistics, nautical navigation, and raw life-or-death patriotism with absolute mastery. The narrative tracking grid zeroes in on our alpha hero, Chase Fulton. He is a walking weapon system, operating under a strict calculation-heavy protocol to execute the dark, deniable missions that standard military forces cannot touch. His daily workspace is a high-stakes ecosystem of tactical firearms, satellite tracking communication networks, and modified deep-water combat vessels. His psychological perimeters are locked down tight, his analytical focus entirely consumed by outmaneuvering foreign intelligence assets, hostile cartels, and keeping his strike team's safety completely insulated from external anomalies. The spark ignites when his active scanning perimeter registers a silent, incredibly lethal biological anomaly clearing the international black market, a horrific weaponized poison designed to destabilize major population centers with zero forensic footprint. The data metrics flash an immediate system warning. A calculation-heavy hostile faction has successfully weaponized this toxin and is currently moving it through the Caribbean shipping corridors. Chase isn't just looking at a standard drug interdiction. His operational grid tracks that if this weaponized asset hits its intended delivery coordinates, the resulting structural breach will permanently alter the global balance of power. The tactical parameters instantly explode into an active hot zone as Chase's team mobilizes across the Florida Strait and deep into untracked tropical blue water. The investigative tracking clock drops into an incredibly hostile rhythm as the forced proximity reality of shipboard warfare turns their vessel into a volatile psychological pressure cooker. Our veteran commander transforms into an unyielding, entirely pragmatic shield, deploying his massive naval intelligence tradecraft, deep-sea survival skills, and unyielding physical presence to establish an absolute security perimeter around his team and his nation. Every late-night satellite briefing, every quiet tactical rehearsal in pitch-black equipment bays, and every fiercely intense moment of tracking a radar ghost across a dark horizon carries massive operational weight. What follows is an exceptional high-stakes war of tactical perspective and raw survival. We watch Chase's mental perimeters completely unwrapped as he faces a brilliant psychopathic adversary who knows exactly how to manipulate the rules of international law to mask their advance. While he smooths over his team's external threats with devastating physical defensive force, the overarching countdown clock takes a dangerous turn, proving that the enemy has detected their active surveillance and is preparing to unleash the poison directly onto Chase's own positioning coordinates. To survive the impending ocean trap and outmaneuver the forces running the scheme, our rogue operative must unleash an absolute unyielding defense of his country and the brothers in arms who hold his world together. It is a military thriller, espionage suspense, maritime action drama, political counter-terrorism epic masterpiece that treats deep black ops logistics and raw internal grit with elite precision. The tension here burns with a sharp, calculation-heavy intensity. We are talking about that high-frequency, one tactical misstep means a Gulf-wide catastrophe energy, where a sudden shift in surface wind direction, an unexpected engine failure on a dark night, or a heavy, silent presence waiting behind an airlock door carries massive structural weight. Daniels writes with an exceptionally fresh, vivid, and beautifully blunt voice, perfectly capturing the cold spray of salt water at 30 knots,
the oppressive heat of an engine room under fire, and the distinct, subtle scent of gun oil, marine diesel, crisp ocean air, and pure, unadulterated patriotism. What truly elevates this milestone 13th book into elite territory is the author's unmatched ability to balance realistic military and nautical tradecraft alongside breathtaking pacing and deep character relationships. Our protagonist doesn't rely on unbelievable superficial hero tropes. His immense intelligence, strategic patience, and profound love for his team match the complexity of the global underworld he dominates step for step, making his choice to risk everything to stop the threat feel profoundly authentic and deeply gripping. The pacing moves with calculated momentum, tracking intense naval stalemates and breathtaking boarding party sequences before ratcheting up to an absolute jaw-dropping final confrontation that delivers permanent, hard-earned peace to his sector of the ocean. The Poison Chase is the definitive pro-level upgrade your suspense and high-stakes espionage fiction library demands right now. It is elegant, immensely fast-paced, and utterly unputdownable. It proves that when your entire universe is threatened by an invisible, lethal horror, the most revolutionary play you can execute is to lock and load, trust your training, and hunt the predator down. So secure your personal reading sanctuary, review your emotional defensive perimeters, open your Kindle, and prepare to join the chase.